Boris Johnson is stepping into the lion's den with his first prime ministerial visit to Scotland.
But he's facing criticism for his support for a no-deal Brexit.
And Boris Johnson has already promised to protect the Union with every breath in his body. He even calls himself Minister for the Union.
A day trip to Scotland, and the new PM's well-rehearsed Brexit bonhomie a little less convincing in a nation that voted decisively for Remain. His reception in Edinburgh, anything but warm. Tension with First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, palpable. And even with his own side, it's far from straightforward. Scottish Conservative leader Ruth Davidson promises the PM full support on a new deal, but says she won't back him if he ploughs ahead with no deal come October. And this is where that tension will really matter. The Scottish borders, a band of blue seats where farming is king. Constituencies like Dumfries, the seat of new Scottish Secretary Alistair Jack, won from the SNP in 2017 and, according to recent projections, vulnerable under Boris Johnson's premiership.
I don't want him representing my country. The quotes he's said about people from all over the world, not for me, he's not my Prime Minister.
He's no interest in Scotland, it's just all the English people. No disrespect to them, but no.
The Scottish Conservatives, led by Ruth Davidson, have been much more opposed to a no-deal Brexit up to this point.
Yes, yes.
That's going to be a clash point between the two, isn't it?
Well, yes, and we have noted Ruth, her thoughts and what she would like, so we'll just have to see what happens. I don't think there'll be, I think there'll be a lot of serious talking, and I don't think it'll be any rougher than that. And hopefully it's a compromise or even a settlement on that one.
And these are all breeding?
These are they've still got lambs with some of the ewes. We're just going to be taking them away, weaning them off.
Jim Hastings runs a sheep farm just outside Dumfries. He sells breeding stock to farmers who then sell 85% of their livestock to EU markets. No deal could be a disaster.
The thing on this farm is sheep, and sheep will suffer, I think, more than any other sector in agriculture.
Worried but positive?
Worried but positive, and I hope that Boris, with this, at the moment, this threat of no deal, may just make Europe change their minds and altering the deal we've got. Or, well, it's not a deal, is it? It's off the table.
The big employer here in Dumfries used to be the ICI chemical plant, but now the area is much more reliant on the public sector and agriculture, which could be badly hit in the event of a no-deal Brexit. Add to that the fact that polling suggests that the Boris Johnson brand here in Scotland is not too popular, and a seat like this one, which is currently blue, could be much harder for the Conservatives to win at the next general election.
Independence, it's coming, and even when I work daily with constituents across the region or taking calls, meeting people, we have many Conservatives across the region who are not unionists. We have Conservatives that want to still be Conservative and support business and whatever ways we need to benefit people for creating a better economy for Scotland. So even our Conservatives across the parts of the South Scotland that I look after, they are still interested in being an independent country.
The Prime Minister may have been able to sack colleagues who don't share his worldview in Westminster, but he can't sack those who oppose him in Scotland. And securing the ties that bind us will be no easy feat.